valuation of motor car is already told you that it is taxable only for specified employees. We can classify this motor car into first one, that is one car which is owned or hired by employer and provided to an employee. Another one, that is more than one car provided to an employee for private and official use. First of all, we can categorize this motor car into two, that is owned by employer. Let us discuss first, that is owned by employer. This slide is particularly, the entire slide is for details regarding car which is owned by employer. Clear? And another area, that is car is owned by employee. So first of all, we can categorize motor car which is owned by employer and motor car which is owned by employee. Clear? First part, that is motor car which is owned by employer. Then again we can categorize it into two. Car is owned by employer and provided to an employee for three purposes. Clear? First one, fully official use. Then next one, that is fully personal use. Then next one, both for personal and official. Clear? Then let us take first, when a car is owned by employer and is provided to employee for fully official purpose, perquisite value will be nil. Clear? Perquisite value will be nil. Then another one, that is it is fully for personal use. It is fully for personal use. Actual expenditure on running and maintenance. What will be the perquisite value? If the car is owned by employer and is provided to the employee and it is fully for personal use, what will be the perquisite value? Perquisite value will be actual expenditure on running and maintenance plus remuneration of chauffeur, that means remuneration of driver, plus depreciation at the rate of 10% per annum of the actual cost of car if owned or hired charges if hired. That means if it is owned, 10% of depreciation will be added, or it is hired, the higher charge will be added. Clear? So if the car is owned by the employer and is provided to an employee for personal purpose, perquisite value will be actual expenditure on running and maintenance. That means the price of petrol, repair and etc. maintenance, plus remuneration of driver, plus depreciation at the rate of 10%. Clear? Then it is provided for both personal and official use. In some situations, employer may provide a vehicle. Employee can use this vehicle for his own personal purpose and also for official purpose. In such situations, what will happen? Two cases arises. That is, in such a situation, running and maintenance borne by employer, running and maintenance is borne by employee. There are two situations. Even though in such situations, car is owned by employer and is provided to employee for both purposes, but running and maintenance borne by employer. Other case, that is other extreme, running and maintenance is borne by employee. In such a situation, what will happen? The entire car is divided into two based on this cubic capacity, cc. small car and large car. So calculation will be, if the car is small, that means up to 1.6 liter cc, what will be the perquisite value? 1800 per month, that is a minimum statutory amount is determined as a perquisite value. 1800 per month, clear? Then if it is large car, that means exceeding 1.6 liter cc cubic capacity, what will be the perquisite value? Perquisite value will be 2400 per month. Clear? It's for month. One more point we have, if driver is provided, add 900 per month in both cases. Clear? Both case means if it is small car or large car, if the driver is provided, in two situations, 900 per month will be added. Clear? Then another extreme, that is car is owned by employer, provided to employee for both purpose, running and maintenance is borne by employee. Again we have divided to a small car and large car. In such a situation, that is running and maintenance is borne by employee. If it is small car, perquisite value will be 600 per month. 600 per month. Clear? 600 per month. Then if it is large car, that is 900 per month. 900 per month. Then again, if there is any driver provided, add 900 per month in both cases. So this is the situations when car is provided for both purposes. Then another situation, that is more than one car provided to an employee for private and for office use. Treat one car for both use and all other as personal use of the employee. If employer provide more than one car to employee for private and official use, what will be the perquisite value? Treat one car for both user, that is office use and personal use, and all other car is considered as a personal use. Clear? Then another extreme, that is we are already discussed, car is owned by employee. Car is owned by employee and expense is met by employer. In our previous slides we have discussed, car is owned by employer and its expense is met by employer. Clear? Here car is owned by employee, expense is met by employer. In such a situations, again three purposes, that is office purpose, personal use, mixed use. Mixed use means both official and personal. What will be the perquisite value if it is for personal use? You see, perquisite value will be nil only because of car is owned by employee, expenses are met by employer, and it is exclusively used for official purpose. What will be the extra benefit as far as an employee is concerned? Nothing. So there is no perquisite value. Clear? Then if it is for personal use, perquisite value will be amount reimbursed or amount contributed by employee towards this. Amount contributed by employer, sorry. Amount contributed or amount reimbursed will be the perquisite value. Clear? Then on more situations we have, car is owned by employee, expense is met by employer, and it is for both purposes, that is for personal purpose and official purpose. What will be the perquisite value? In our previous situations we are divided into two, small car and large car. If it is a small car, amount reimbursed from employer minus 1800 per month, again minus 900 per month for a driver if any, will be the perquisite value. In our previous we are add driver salary. Okay, here we are deducted amount reimbursed minus 1800 per month. If there is any driver, again we have to less 900 per month if it is small car. If it is a large car, what will be the perquisite value? Amount reimbursed minus 2400 per month, again 900 per month if driver is. Clear? That's all about the valuation of perquisite. Clear? I will sum up the entire area of these two slides once again. We have two situations. One is that the car is owned by employer and expense is met by employer, and another one that is car is owned by employee, expense is met by employer. In the first situations, car is provided for both three purposes: fully office, personal, mixed. When it is office use, no perquisite. When it is personal use, amount which is spent for actual running and maintenance plus remuneration and depreciation. If it is for both purposes, again we have divided into small car and large, running and maintenance is met by employer and employee. If it is met by employer, we are divided into small and large, 1800, 2400. When expense is met by employee, perquisite value will be, when it is small, 600, when it is large, 900. Okay. Then if there is any driver, we have to add 900 per month driver salary in all situations. Then another extreme, that is car is owned by employee and expense is met by employer. If it is for office use, no perquisite value. If it is personal use, amount reimbursed will be the perquisite value. If it is for both purposes, again we have divided into small and large. If it is small car, amount reimbursed minus 1800 per month will be perquisite value. If it is large car, 2400 per month minus, actual amount reimbursed minus 2400 will be the perquisite value. If there is any driver, 900 per month will be deducted in two situations. That's all about the valuation of perquisite. It's very important as far as the valuation of perquisite is concerned. All of you please go through this. If you have any doubt, please ask me personally or through WhatsApp or Google Classroom. It's very important. All of you please go through these entire lessons. Okay, thank you to all.